Today, I want to read a letter to you written by a mother to her son. Son, it has been 5 years since you married Yadan. Watching you two evolve from college sweethearts to the couple you are today brings me great joy. Seeing my little chubby granddaughter start kindergarten this year fills me with even more happiness. However, I find it hard to smile. Last week, when I visited your home, Yadan told me you were still working late at the office. She had just picked up your daughter from kindergarten and, barely catching her breath, began cooking and doing laundry. Despite my insistence on helping, Yadan handled most of the work herself. Later, a colleague from Yadan's company called with an urgent matter. After briefly explaining the situation to me, she went into the bedroom to handle the issue. It was at that moment you came home. Seeing me alone in the living room with your daughter, you burst into a fit of rage. You stormed into the bedroom, scolding Yadan for not watching the child and not staying in the living room to keep me company. The most hurtful part was when you yelled at her for not doing anything and for gaining weight, calling her lazy. For the first time, I felt that such a good woman like Yadan marrying you was unworthy of her. Although I reprimanded you, I felt my words were far from enough. As a woman and a mother myself, I understand the responsibilities that come with these roles. I write this letter to share my perspective on marriage and family, hoping you will understand the responsibilities you need to bear. You must understand that a woman gaining weight after marriage is not due to laziness, but because her definition of happiness changes. Before marriage, her happiness is self-centered. After marriage, her happiness revolves around the family. It's not that she lacks the energy to lose weight, but she prefers to devote her energy to the family. A woman who gives everything for her family should not be ashamed of gaining weight. The shame lies in your failure to see her efforts and only criticizing her weight. You married a wife, not a maid. I was lucky when I was young to meet your father, a man who never ordered me around or acted superior. For decades after marriage, we never argued over trivial matters. Whoever was free would cook, clean, and take care of the children. In marriage, understanding and cherishing each other are more important than longevity. Tule once said on Love Defense Battle that we tend to hurt those who love us because we can't hurt those who don't. Because Yadan loves you, she endures your unjust accusations, your prolonged absences from family life, and the hurt you cause her. But you must not neglect your responsibilities towards the family because of her love. Everything has an expiration date, especially feelings. If someone gives without receiving anything in return, they can easily become disheartened. Modern women have jobs and the ability to live independently. If they can't live happily with you, they can choose divorce, unlike women in the past who had to rely on their husbands. If you continue to be self-centered, your marriage is in danger. Do not let your wife be neglected. If you find your wife lacks grace, much of the responsibility lies with you. Have you given her enough love? Many men think family responsibility means providing financially, but true responsibility means being present and supportive every moment. Why should you only focus on your job while expecting her to juggle work and home, maintaining elegance and beauty? Not everyone has the resources to do it all. I hope you understand that the person you should never neglect in a family is your wife. Always consider her feelings and give her enough care and love. Never hurt her again. Your wife is the most important person in your life. Finally, I want to share an example you're familiar with. 5 years ago, your favorite F1 driver, Schumacher, had an accident and has been in a coma ever since. Many experts and family members have given up hope, but his wife persists, selling their assets to sustain his life. Every time I read about Schumacher, I am deeply moved by his wife's dedication. This world has many who understand your joy and sorrow, but only one will stand by you through hardships. Parents' love for their children will eventually come to an end, but your life still has a long way to go. Only your wife can love you as much as she loves her own life. They give the most and complain the least, sacrificing their youth and beauty for family happiness. What could be greater than that? So when she gains weight, Never stop loving and caring for her.